Welcome to Retro Upgrade. This time we'll be looking at on how to modify your graphics card. In this case our RTX3090. This is also applicable for other graphics cards that have the same problem with the memory temperatures. We're going to be using a copper shim I bought off AliExpress and reducing the temperatures by 15 degrees. Here's a word from my sponsor and let's get on with the video. This video is sponsored by PCBWay. At PCBWay, they specialize in providing high-quality printed circuit boards (PCBs) for a variety of applications, from 3D printing to sheet metal fabrication. They are offering a special deal. Get 10 PCBs for $5. So don't wait any longer. Visit PCBWay today and start ordering your next project with confidence. Use the link in the video description below. Order now and start creating. Now back to the video. Today we'll be looking at how to modify a 3090 graphics card. I have some issues with the memory temperature. It's quite a common issue on the 3090s. They overheat or thermal throttle because they get to over 110 degrees. I'm using hardware info to monitor the graphics card while I'm doing a stress test. This is just to show you what happens before. I'm also going to be using one of these kits right here. I bought this for $7.80, just about €8 with postage for me. So it's a little bit more, I'm guessing, for someone else, because I get a 7% discount because I'm on the Canary Islands. Anyways, this is pretty much just a copper shim you put instead of the thermal pads on the memory around the GPU. There are different thicknesses, of course, but the one I ordered, I think, is this one right here. It's for the 3090 Ti. It has a small cutout for different components that are higher up on the on the PCB for the graphics card. You can also go this route using shims and on each and every memory module. But my experience is that these can actually move when you press down with the thermal paste in between both layers, like this. So you put thermal paste on the back, thermal paste on the front, then you sandwich it in between the cooler and the actual PCB. As you can see, they are using some Kapton tape. This is just a preventive thing. If this slides over a little bit, this is touching on three sides here, so it should not slide over, but it doesn't have anything holding it on this side. This one does. This one holds it on all four sides and shouldn't move. But still, why not put some Kapton tape to make sure you don't short out your really expensive graphics card. The 3090 is still about 700 euros or so. So it's extremely expensive graphics card. I use it for AI research and also gaming and stuff. And they're obviously rendering for YouTube. Okay, so let's get to a stress test. I'll be using Combustor, MSI Combustor. This has a version of Firmark that you can actually push the memory quite a bit further. For the hardware info, I go into sensors and then I find the memory junction for the GPU. This one right here. And as you can see, I've already tested and it got up to 96 degrees easily. So this memory is rated for working temperature of 100 degrees. So this is not actually outside spec, I guess. But it's fairly close to the 110C when it starts thermal throttling. So, and when it's 50 degrees outside here, 50 degrees C, it gets really hot inside the house, and the graphics card goes directly to over 100 degrees on the memory. The GPU actually stays quite cool. So the GPU is not an issue. There is a hot spot, let's say, and that makes it a little worrisome sometimes when this gets up to temperature, but it has a thermal limit as well. So if I see the GPU is also struggling, I'll put some water block on it, I'm guessing. But for now, I'll fix the memory. Okay, let's get to it. So MSI Combustor. I installed a new version, so I don't know if it has everything that other one had. Let's go, and I used, because the 3090 has 24 gigabytes of video RAM. I'm going to go with the biggest one here. That's 6500 megabytes of RAM. Let's try that out. So I'll try to bring up the temperature, because it only shows the GPU temperature, not the actual memory. There we go. So it's running in the background. It doesn't look like a donut anymore. It's so much hair. But hey, what can you do? It still stresses the GPU quite a lot. So it's at 84. It's not climbing as fast as it did before, but last time I tested this, it was literally 55 degrees C outside in my garden, and my flip-flops just melted. So it was quite a bit hotter. Obviously, it's climbing quite fast, because if you're gaming on full resolution, you will get to 100 C quite easily, because gaming sessions usually last a while. I'll be showing how to fit this, and then the before and after, of course. You're seeing the before right now. So it is climbing. It's managing quite well, considering it's using about 8 gigabytes of VRAM. And then it's at 100 already. So I noticed this when I was gaming. I was playing at max settings on Path of Exile. It's not a really graphically intensive game or anything. It's just, if you have the graphics card, why not push it to look good? But I noticed it's starting stuttering when after a while I was playing like a couple of hours. And I couldn't figure out why, because the graphics card is more than capable at running at max. And then I noticed the temperature on the memory. It was insane. It was 110, 111 degrees. So I really don't want my new shiny graphics card, or it's not new, but new for me, dying because of heat-related stresses. So I want it to last as long as possible, and I heard some good things about the copper shim mod. I've already done this to a small tablet PC I had. So it dissipates all the heat to the lid on the back, and it worked really well. I dropped the temperature with 20 degrees or so. Same for this. I heard that you can drop the temperature as much as 30 degrees with this mod. So I'm hoping for good things. I have some good quality thermal paste I bought for my computer build. So I'll be using that. It's, I think, Thermaltake paste. I'm not really sure. It's still a good paste, because my GPU or CPU is keeping really nice and cool. As you can see, the fans are at probably 70 or 80%, and it's struggling to keep the temperatures down under 110. So I don't want it to be this hot, obviously. This feels a little uncomfortable, because it's thermal flutters at 110. That means it's really close to the limit. As well as the GPU, it's at 69. Of course, the hotspot is over what this is. But this goes after, this is the limit, of course. And the limit is for this and not for this. So the fans are at 100%, pretty much. It's drawing about 150 watts, so it's not even maxing out the graphics card. The graphics card can pull up to 300 watts easily, but I don't have anything more stressful to throw at it. So, but okay, so let's say 104. Let's go for the mod and see what results we can get. And of course, it was super cheap to get a hold of this. 830 is really cheap, plus shipping, but I get the shipping free practically, because of the Canarias without taxes and stuff. Okay, let's turn this off. Oh, by the way, I'll be filming this on my cell phone because my computer will not be active at the moment when I'm modding the graphics card. And yeah, you need a graphics card to record and stuff. So just bear with me with the installation on the phone, and we'll be back on the computer when I'm done. Okay, we're at the computer. Sorry for the shaky camera. It's my cell phone on one of these tentacle thingies. Okay, let's open this up. It came like this. Came really well packaged, actually. It came with styrofoam as well around it. Okay, let's open this up. It's copper, so you shouldn't need to be too careful. Really nicely made. Does it have any corner sharp edges? Not what I can feel through the plastic. The sharp edges matter when if it has some small burrs and stuff that can get loose. But no, it seems that they finished it quite nicely. I'm going to clean this with IPA before I put it on. I think it goes this way. Yeah, not too bad. Looks really nice. There's a little blemish right there. Don't know if the camera will pick it up, but otherwise it's fine. I'm not sure if the audio is going to come out great here, so I'll probably do a voiceover if it doesn't. Let's get the graphics card out and start doing stuff. Okay, so I'm recording now. This is the 3090. You'll probably not hear me, so I won't talk too much. Really nice card, extremely thick, and super power hungry. Let's get going. The wife bought me a new screwdriver set. I was missing this piece, so I'll be using that today. Also bought some new knives. Makes life a lot easier. This is exactly the same as the one I have had before, like this one, but I'm missing the screwdriver part. The ratcheting screwdriver is nice, but the telescopic one is better. This one. Let's see how to take this off. There seems to be two screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if we need to take this one off. Let's go. These all look like crossheads. Size 0. This one has this feature, so you can telescopic. I don't remember what to go. This is not the same. Let's say not me. Just be gentle. This is an expensive card. So you don't want to break anything. I don't know if the top comes off. No. Can't see any other screws that should hold it in place. It's a little nerve-wracking doing this. plastic spudgers. See if we can get these loose. Coming off. There we go. It's loose. You have to be careful. It has a few connectors. This one. And the middle one is connected to the fans. There we go. And these two are also connected to the fans. I leave those connected. So this should go like this or this. Maybe like this. Diode is there. Looks like this is the way it goes. I suppose. Could be like this as well. Okay, so let me remove this. 83. Do they have markings? No, not really. Don't know if it matters how it goes on. So the actual graphics card is this big. The rest is cooling. So let's see. We want to cool all the memory modules, or at least most of them. So that would mean it should go like this, right? Takes this one, all of these, and all of these. Yeah, that's the right orientation. You have one memory module right here. You should use an ESD strap when working on this. One of these. Let's put it on. See? Okay. You hook this to ground. I have over here. I'm grounded. Let's go. Yes. Yes. Maybe I'll just switch right now. Switch it right now. We need to remove these and clean up this. I'll be using one of these. Trying not to scratch the bottom plate. I scratched it a bit there. This is crusty and hard. Okay, so the reason we have to fix this or put Kapton tape is this. See these components right there? They can touch the plate in short around. See if I can give you a better view. Right there. So all these components right there, all these can touch. So now let's prep around the board. I'm using some Kapton tape to thicknesses. There we go. I think that's fine. Okay. Let's start putting some thermal paste on this. Okay, I just booted up the system after applying the shim. Seems like everything went fine. The computer starts, all screens light up. I have 3 monitors connected. You only see one here. Okay, so let's try that again. Hardware info. Start. OBS is working. I'm recording the screen, so that's nice. Sensors. We already have the junction out. It's 50 degrees. I never think it was that low before, but we just started the system. Maybe just a fluke. Okay, so let's get going. Yeah, it is climbing a bit. Let's see if this works or if I've screwed up something. Let's go for the same GPU intensive 6 point something gigabytes. There, 1920 by 1080. I don't have, like I said, a 4K screen, so this is the best I can do for now. Let me bring up the hardware info at the same time as that's loading. So before we got about 106, 7 on the memory after a while, so we'll leave it. I'd probably just fast forward this until we get to a stable temperature. Okay, this has leveled off, so it will probably stay at 94 at this temperature. It's about 30 degrees, like I said, outside, so about 25 or so inside. I have the fans on right now. That's still quite impressive. It's a 12 degrees C improvement, and that's really good considering I don't think I did the best job of applying thermal paste, and still it worked quite nicely. It's still climbing, but I think it will never get to 100 degrees anymore, so that I'm happy with this. So let's get on with the video. This is okay, so let's go to the end of the video. Thank you. Thank you for watching until the end. Here are some more recommended videos up to the left. I'll be doing the GBS-C comparison video next time. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Bye.